Hello, my friends and fellow VEDSies. This one's going to be a little bit more for the fellow VEDSies, or anyone who may have been following along with us here as we do video every day in September. We are just a week in. I'm already behind. And I spent so long editing that stupid RuneScape video I did this week. And to that note, I'm going to try to keep editing to a minimum on this video. I'm going to try not to ramble too hard. But I'm going to do my video responses on Fridays this month. Yes, I know it's Saturday. Like I said, I got behind. But the videos in the Friday slot, at least, for my upload schedule, are going to be these responses. I'm all caught up with all my fellow VEDSies videos, at least up to the end of the day, Friday, the 6th. And I gotta say, I mean, I'm gonna say the same thing I say every year. I'm endlessly impressed with all of y'all, and I feel like all of y'all get just, I mean, it makes perfect sense, but everybody's like 1 year more talented at this than they were last year. One thing that I will say has been really blowing me away this month so far is everybody's candidness with which they talk about their own lives and their personal lives and mental health struggles at times. And I've seen really beautiful videos from so many fellow VEDSies. Alicia, who is doing a series, I guess I'll start with her, doing her series on, she has the sticky notes on the wall behind her, and she has written 10 insecurities about herself that she's challenging. And it's just turning out to be this beautiful series where she challenges her own insecurities about herself and tries to kind of take a look at them from the other side and observe, like, are these really rooted in actual fact or just her own insecurities and stresses. And it is such an amazing series so far, and just something that I don't know if I'd ever be able to do. That's one thing that I've been thinking of a lot this month, is that I don't really talk as candidly about mental health stuff, or I wouldn't be as comfortable talking about that on a YouTube space as all of you, and that's why I find that super impressive. I get too in my head about, oh, but who might watch this video, and like we would be telling things to like absolutely everybody. But yeah, there's a freedom with which I watch all of you talk about subjects like that blows my mind. Pip's been doing that a lot this month as well. Pip, you've made a few videos this week. I don't think it's a conscious theme for you, but you've made a few videos this week outlining some tools you found to deal with difficult days in your life here and there. And I know it's still far from perfect for you, but it is fascinating from an outsider's perspective to see little tools and tricks you've learned to make difficult days, if not easier, then at least a little bit more comfortable for yourself. And yeah, some days we see you on camera, and other days we don't. I know some days you do your original plan for a video, and it's amazing. Some days you let us know that you weren't able to do that, and somehow at times make an even more beautiful piece. It's just amazing. And frankly, with the whole stand mixer milkshake thing, is that something like you came up with, or something someone showed you, like something you were taught at some point? Because I think it may be the greatest stroke of genius in VEDS so far. Caleb has also come to an amazing discovery, and that is VEDS. I gotta tell you, I was like, ooh, VEDS 2025. I was like, it sounds manageable, especially because I, obviously, as you can tell, tend to err on the side of the long form content. So I'm like, maybe next year I'll focus on long form content and do a video every other day. Because it's still a tremendous project to make 15 videos over the course of a month. And this is so Alicia actually, when we were talking the other week, had a great observation that I hope I'm not stealing. I hope it wasn't something you were hoping to use in a video or something, about how, at least for her and I, when we started doing VEDS, we were in our early 20s, and now we're in our late 20s, and every year we get that 1 year busier. And Alicia just said, we always try to one-up our videos from the year before every year, and that's a natural thing, but I think we're getting to the point where we're going to have to go back to sort of the old format of some days there's just a 1-minute video out in a park here, or maybe a 45-second video on a super simple topic, because we have, in the best possible way, turned this video of doing maybe a little update to everybody every day into I'll just make an entire documentary every day for a month. I can do it. I have big plans. But Caleb, I spent a lot of time this week actually thinking about your Creativity Why video. I've been told it's a kind of a postmodernism thing. Yes, Bubba. Hi. Do we have a dog break? Come here. Climbing the stool. You made it. You made it to the top of the stool. Good job, sweetie. Good job. And say hi to the people. He doesn't know what a camera is. I don't know if this is true. I feel like I read somewhere that it's a postmodernist thing. Maybe I've got that backwards. But the viewpoint that pretty much all work is created equal. And all of the things we produce are equally valid. Not necessarily equally liked or equally enjoyed. But that all of our efforts are equally worthy. I just totally do not subscribe to any sort of, man, that video I made sucked. I really shouldn't have done that. I really shouldn't have made that video. I don't know. I'm still proud of myself for all of the terrible videos I've made, because I sat there and I did it. And more so when I was a little younger than now, I have motivation problems at times, but I found ways to channel my motivation into things that are fun, and I think that that's something that all 7 of us do very well. Yeah, I know I said this in the comment I made on that video, but the types of media that I love most are the things where there's a lot to unpack. A lot of my favorite artists have been around for 50 years in terms of musicians and released 25 albums, and some of them suck, but I'm grateful that they all exist for the whole world of work that we get to look at. Those are the things. I mean, I'm doing a whole series on RuneScape, a game that has gotten a weekly update every week for 25 years, and there have been hundreds of quests, and we can sit there on our forums and message boards and talk about which ones are stupid and they should have never bothered with. But I, for one, am so grateful that all of them exist. James, I am always, even the second I see your thumbnails pop up for your videos, it's oh, this is going to be a better video than anything I would ever be capable of already. I really don't want to put anyone else down and create rankings, but I don't know. In terms of doing YouTube as the thing you do, I think you are furthest along in that craft, and it's amazing to watch the things you put together. I'm always, I think, personally most excited for Let's Riff commercials, and oh my goodness, those Will Smith ones were a thing of beauty? I don't know. But my personal favorite video you've made this week was your 18-minute unpacking of the Batman 66, we'll just call it the misogyny episode. I'm going to go ahead and guess that in researching and filming for that video, that you put an awful lot more thought into the subject matter of that episode than anyone in charge with putting it together ever did. I mean, I've watched not a lot of the old Batman 66, reruns here and there and clips from out there, but I've seen a few of them, and in watching your video, all I could think about is, man, they really would just fart these out. Like, I just know there was like a board meeting on a Wednesday, like, okay, we have these scripts, we'll just choose this one, I don't know, I'm gonna guess that there was a sort of era, oh god, I guess we'll do this plot. The women are taking over the world, and we're mad about it. But it is that campy. I don't know how low budget it was, but it feels very low budget. Maybe that's just by today's standards. But I know that's the charm of old Batman, but yeah, there wasn't a lot of charm in that one. Yeah, charm is not the word. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed your entire breakdown of that thing. To Tessa, first of all, I think some congratulations are in order. Speaking of what I said earlier about how amazed I am that everybody here can be so candid about what they're experiencing in their own lives, it's amazing to hear that you finally were able to get that surgery. I'm trying to find a delicate way of saying that some of your struggles in getting that surgery approved finally. I know you were denied so many times, but I couldn't help but make me a little bit grateful to have the Canadian healthcare system where I live, although it's not perfect, and I have gripes about that too. Oh boy, there are gripes about that too. But yeah, I'm glad we don't have quite the dependency on insurance companies at very least. But I'm just so thrilled that you're able to have a better quality of life than you did before, and you have no braces. I mean, look at this. You are just living large. No, it's good to see. I will say the video of yours this week that I thought the most about was just your video on time, and it does, technically you've made 2 videos about time, because you also made the National Be Late for Something Day on a day that I was woefully late for a video update, so I felt seen by that. But no, your time video, when I was like in high school, I made all these notes about how I was going to tie a few of my earliest original songs together into this crazy concept album called Time, because I don't know, I was fixating on how time is sort of the great equalizer we all have, and we all at times in our lives are fighting against it, fighting to sometimes to hold it back, and sometimes to push it forward. Although depending on if we're enjoying what we're doing, if we're having anxiety, or just any factors about our lives, even though it is a constant, we can still kind of perceive it differently, right? Like, it's still kind of a anyway, look what you did. You got me started about time, and I'm gonna sound like a crazy stoner real fast. Man, it just moves, and you can't catch it. You can't catch it. You want to. You want to have that control, but Mother Earth carries you forward. But anyway, don't do it. Don't make me revisit my concept for a time-themed concept album. And I'm gonna finish this video now by talking about Jeffrey and how I'm just so proud and thrilled to see you in the Putnam County Spelling Bee. That's not what it's called. The 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee. A dream roll. Hey, like, the thing about dream rolls is often that's all they are. It's very rare that we get an opportunity. I say we. What have I ever acted in? But but I'd imagine it's rare that a show like that comes around and that you get a chance to audition for that, and then you get the freaking part. I always love your YouTube favorites videos. I will say, I've been like very ashamed of myself because I can't figure out, I gotta watch it again. I don't think I can figure out even one of your phrases you use in everyday life. I think I got 2 or 3 in the last one, but I don't know. The references are just, If you got any references from like 1977, I'm your man, but that's about it. I will say, you being in that show and seeing your behind the scenes video from that show, it made me think about, I mean, I've always said how freaking amazing it is to find an online community like this where so many of us who've had very different experiences and live in very different parts of the world get to sort of come together and be like genuine friends with each other. And I think all the time about if I ever find myself in any of the states that a fellow VEDSie resides in, God, you are some of the people that just like are on my absolute bucket list. I have to meet this person in real life someday list. And it does make me a little sad that I live in a completely different part of the world and can't go out and see the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee production that you're putting on, because I want to be there real bad. I would love to support your show. I am unfortunately all the way over here, and that is amazing that we can connect through VEDS and through the internet. God, I sound old. It's amazing I can talk to people anywhere on this internet box. But yeah, conversely, sometimes I'm like, oh, I wish we could all go out for coffee or something. Anyway, we will continue to go out for coffee or something virtually for the rest of this month. And if you're not a VEDSie and you've been following along, we are so thrilled to have you too. And if you're an aspiring VEDSie, you can join us whenever you want. Hey, join VEDS. It's less scary, marginally less scary. Thank you so much for watching. I'll have a new video. I have one set for upload tomorrow at noon, and then after that, I will keep uploading every day. Mostly, I'll probably screw that up here and there. I love all y'all's videos, my fellow VEDSies, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Good boy, Kylo. Okay, that's enough. I gotta keep filming.